Hi, Iris Siriani here, helping women create better relationships and better love. So, I have a question for you. What do you do with yourself when the one thing that you want most is the one thing that you can't find? That's my question for you today. So, on our dating journeys, if you've been a single woman for a while now and you've been out there dating, there is a high probability that you have created almost for yourself a bit of a lackluster life, so a less than colorful life. And what I mean by that is that we want to experience things with somebody else. It's all good and fine to go out and do things by yourself and be the third wheel and things like that, right? But we really, really want to be able to share in life experiences with somebody else. And if we haven't had that for a long time, we kind of shut down a little bit and our life becomes a little less colorful. So that's what I want to talk about today. And I came across an article the other day, and the question in the article was, what would you do differently in your life if you knew that you would be single forever, that relationship that you are looking for never showed up for you? What would you do different? And that's not a really good thing to think about. And, if you want to be in a relationship, it's highly likely that you will be in a relationship. But there's that space in between. So I got thinking about this a little bit, and I remember back to my dating experiences and how I felt when, the one thing that I wanted most in my life was the one thing that just never seemed to show up. And, I looked all around me and everybody was in a relationship. My brother, my sisters, my friends, everybody was in a relationship. And, for some reason, it wasn't happening for me. And here's what I did. I threw myself into my job and, I became so busy that I didn't have any space for somebody to show up and be in this relationship with. And yet I would come home at night and I would feel so lonely because there was nobody there. So on one hand, I was throwing myself into my work. And then on the other hand, I was feeling that sting of being single and being alone. The other thing that I did is that I disconnected myself socially. So I didn't do the things that I used to do. I didn't, go out and do different activities and travel and experience and have these beautiful, colorful experiences in my life because there was nobody there to do it with. I mean, I did have friends to do it with, but there's something different about sharing an experience with a partner as opposed to doing it with your friends or family. So back to this article, what would you do differently in your life if you knew that your significant other, that person that you're looking for, would never show up? And I thought about that, and I can't be the only one who separates themselves or throws them into their work or allows their life to be lackluster like mine was. So it got me thinking, and this is what I want to invite you to do is, instead of being like I was and waiting for somebody to show up to have beautiful experiences with, step into doing all of those things that you love to do anyways, and create a colorful life for yourself, full of, fun things that you love to do, whether it's taking off for a weekend, whether it's bungee jumping, taking dance classes, a pottery class, whatever you like to do. And start doing those things even though that person hasn't shown up. And so two things will happen when you do that. Number one, you'll feel good about yourself because you're doing things that you love to do. You're out and you're connecting with other people. And, we're social creatures. We might be introverts, but we still want to connect with people. So, and that's a great way to connect, by doing fun activities and doing things that you like to do. The second thing is that there's a greater opportunity for you to meet somebody while you're out doing those things that you love doing. So those are two things that I did actually in order for me to find the relationship that I'm in right now, because I was that serial dater for a long, long time, and love eluded me for a long, long time. And it wasn't until I actually had a different perspective on how I was interacting and showing up in my own life that I kind of got, that aha, I've got to actually, be the person that I wanted to be, doing the things that I love to do so that I could connect with somebody. So I hope you found this video helpful. Leave your comments below, and until next time, bye.